Let's quickly review where we are so far. We had implemented a couple of components. One that displayed a list of courses here as a table. Even though we call it a course list, it's actually implemented as a table, right? Which is fine. We also took a look at implementing the course editor as a split screen between the left-hand side that had a list of modules, and on the right-hand side, a list of lessons, and then under that there would be topics and widgets and whatnot eventually. We implemented this using a couple of components. We built a course list. The course list was actually implemented as a table, right? That iterated over a list, an array of course rows, right? Iterated over an array of courses, and then it rendered a course row for every single course in there, right? We looked at the old syntax of doing this using just plain old JavaScript functions, and then we saw the new syntax using the arrow function syntax, right? So we're going to stick to this new syntax from now on, right? Although the old syntax still works, this one is better. And there are some cases where you would definitely go this newer way instead of the old way, and we'll point those out as we continue. We also described the implementation of a course editor above, and we did that through this component here. And we declared an array, an object that contained a particular course, and that course then we render it either as a module list, a list of modules, and then a lesson tab on the right-hand side, and we split it in a left-hand side, right-hand side layout. Okay, there's a couple of things still to work on. For instance, we don't want to display everything all at once. Indeed, we would first want to display the course list, and as we want to edit a particular course, we would then navigate to the course editor. So we need to look at how do we do navigation, right? So we'll cover that today. Also, right now, all this data lives hard-coded in the file, right? In the file itself. So certainly that's not a good place to have it. We need to be able to centralize our data management. So we'll introduce how to do that as well through the use of singletons as service providers. A little bit of what we already implemented using jQuery in the previous assignment. Yes, in the previous assignment, we implemented I think it was like a user service. And that user service was the one responsible for managing all the data that for that domain. In that particular case, the domain was the user. So we need to be able to establish ways of being able to create users, delete users, and whatnot. Here we have to be able to implement, create courses, delete courses, update courses, and whatnot. So we'll see how to do that using ES6, using the new techniques. What else? So routing, definitely singletons. We need to cover that, and also working with forms. As we create new courses, as we edit courses, we need to be able to enter what those titles are. How many seats. We need to be able to interact with forms. So yeah, so let's talk about these three things today. We'll talk about singletons, form handling, and routing. Okay. All right. First, let's talk about singletons.